Tonight, a local dad came over with his 3 kids so they could play with my 4 kids in the garage. And while they were in here doing all kinds of gymnastics, he commented that he needed to clean out his garage and convert it from a storage locker into a garage gym so that he could introduce more exercise into his kids' lives. That got me thinking and made me think of the phrase, "Nature abhors a vacuum." Nature abhors a vacuum. What does that mean? Have you ever had one thing to do in your entire day and you had all day to do it and you put it off because you figured, hey, I can do that and it's easy and I've got all day, and it ended up taking you all day to get it done? Well, that's what I mean by nature abhors a vacuum. The time that, even if it's a very short thing and a very small task you have to achieve, the time it takes to achieve it will expand to fill the amount of time you have in the day to achieve it. And just like time will expand to fill the space allotted, your materialism and the things you accumulate will expand to take up the space that you have to fill. So if you have a garage that's empty and you don't have a plan for it or a goal for it, that garage is going to become a storage locker. You have to have a plan and a purpose for that garage or for any room in your house, or else it's just going to be filled with junk that you don't use, don't have a plan for, and don't really want. How does this translate to the rest of your life? Well, if you don't have a purpose for what you're going to fill your brain with, fill your time with, fill your mind with, then your brain, your mind, your time are all going to be filled with junk or, unusable, unnecessary things. Perhaps like binge watching TV or watching the news, which is useless and negative. You'll fill your time with things that steal your time and don't provide any value to your life, like social media. So what I recommend you do today is carve out the time in your life, carve out the space in your life, carve out the space in your brain, figure out what your capacity is in each of those areas and put purpose in those areas and say, I'm going to use this space in my house for the purpose I want to use it for, not as a storage locker. Get rid of all that junk you don't need. I'm going to use the time in my day for this purpose to really accomplish or get this thing done that I want to get done. I'm not going to waste time swiping. I'm going to use this part of my brain to accomplish this thing I've always wanted to accomplish instead of playing small and being scared. Nature abhors a vacuum. You either use the time and space and brains you've got, or they're going to be filled with junk.